I don't even have my mic. I can't even use it. I mean,
fuck.
We're fucking terrible. How we get? Do Tyler and Matt have the invite?
Yeah, if you stuck them in that group.
Okay.
Damn. That is just...
It's garbage. It's 60 minutes of garbage. I get some more whiskey.
Well, you got whiskey. I'm drinking tequila.
Fuck you.
Hey, somebody's got to. Hey, everybody. Worst team ever in history of football. I don't think quite that bad, Jody, but it still does suck. Once again, we play like we're up by 21, and we blow it. Mary, sorry to see that you are physically sick. Let me turn down the volume on this shit show. It is just frustrating. Quang can't even beat the 0-4 Lions. You got that right. Unless they master some sort of miracle drive. Justin wants to fire everyone.
Look at the people in the comments.
Conal, pack your shit, Zim. I don't know.
Oh, look,
quite yet,
Thielen got his first catch of the game. Wow.
Yeah, can't believe this. Yes, we can. There goes. There, I just saw that catch, and the clock's still running. Aha. This has to end. Yes, Mary, it does. And with all good things, it finally will. We may be long gone, but it'll end. Zim should be fired after this game. Make it in the field goal range. Maybe. Fire them all. Yes, Quang, blow it up. Zim knows 3 field goals up 9, right? Yeah. I literally can't take anything. That's what alcohol's for, Mary. Justin Baker. What an awful Lions. Oh, this is funny. In the pain. Yes, Nicholas, it was terrible. Fire him. TD? Hey, I'm behind because I'm streaming. Did we score, Daniel? That would be a miracle. Now we throw. Yes, I agree with that one, Justin. I was going to bring that up tonight. It's just crazy. Some primo clock management. Oh, yes. We'll talk about that, too. 3rd and long. Let's go for 2 yards. What the? Hey, that's normal, Quang. No. Vikings don't deserve to win this game. Ooh, I love that logo for Michael. It looks familiar to me. Some company had that. Let's see. Offensive. Now we're close to field goal range.
Spike the ball! Like what? You're going to wait? Spike it, see if you can...
Come on, snap and spike, you more. He's going to wait till there's 3 seconds. Ah! Here we go. Field goal attempt.
Dumbest football game I've ever watched.
Uh-huh. There he is. Matt. We are live, Matt, by the way.
All right, sorry guys. I was just streaming, so I literally just saw the game-winning kick. So
Start the show.
we're
Oh,
not
Start
good.
the
one and
show.
four, even though we're
Oh,
1 and
we're
4 in
live,
starts.
hitting and rolling. Let's go.
Start it. Start the fucking show.
Get ready to join the conversation. Win or lose, victory or agonizing defeat, disappointment or glory. Climbing the Pocket is here.
Hit it.
We are live, everybody. Welcome to Climbing the Pockets, the final score, as I bring in Tyler from the stadium. There he is. What do you think, Tyler? Can you hear us?
Have you had a more disappointing win, Tyler?
All right. I cannot hear a dang thing right now, so I'll say this real fast. That was pathetic. This team stinks. There's my buddy Thor from NBC Sports.
Thor Nystrom, yeah.
This team, they deserve to lose this game. You got to fire Zimmer at this point. It was atrocious. I'm gonna leave right now because I got to say hi to a couple buddies, but that was fucking pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I can't believe people were actually cheering at the field goal. They should have lost this game. All right, I can't hear a dang thing anybody you guys are going to say, so I will talk to you later.
All right.
Go Vikes. Thanks
Take
for joining,
it, Flip,
Tyler.
while I switch screen setups.
Matt.
Yeah.
The Vikings. So to clue everybody in, I know we have a lot of people in the comments. What a crazy game for the Minnesota Vikings. This is the final score. Final score of the game. 19 for the Minnesota Vikings, 17 for the Detroit Lions. The Minnesota Vikings win and a last-second field goal by Greg Joseph, which means we do highlights first. So, Matt, what is your highlight from this game? It could be a player or a play or a coach. If you have to pick one, what's your highlight?
Highlight from the game. So wash the last 10 minutes of the football game out of your brain. Just wash it out of the brain. Up to that point, Everson Griffin for me. I think the back-to-back sacks, the forced fumble, looking good, coming back against the Lions, who he played for last year. Everson Griffin, pick him. There's one other guy for you, Flip. I left him.
All right, Dave. What's your? Dave's got to do some administrative stuff. So I'm just gonna say like the fact that we got to see Christian Darrisaw, because honestly, nothing else about this game made sense to me in any constructive way. So at least the rookie first round draft pick got to play. Was I watching him in particular? No, because I was falling asleep. I was taking naps for large parts of this game. It was a terrible performance, but at least Christian Darrisaw got to get on the field. That's my highlight. Let's get to lowlights.
That was quick.
Did everybody in the comments watch the football game? Because if you're watching this right now, you don't need to tell us. You don't need us to tell you.
Matt, what's your low light from this game?
Just the lack of like a spark with this football team. I don't know how to describe it. Like every single time, it's like the least inspired performances all season. It feels like. I don't know, and we won. Right? We won. We kicked a game-winning field goal. You know what? The low light.
It doesn't feel like we won. It doesn't feel like we won.
Here we go. I figured it out. It's our kicker kicking a 49-yard field goal short. That's the low light.
After nailing a 55-yarder. Yep.
Dave, what's your low light?
My low light is the idiotic clock management. Be it at the end of the first half when Zimmer calls a timeout to preserve time, and then we get the ball back, and he runs like 3 draws in a row to run out the clock. It's like, why'd you do that? It blows. And there was more of that in the second half. It's just, that's my low light. It's more of the same, just total. The offense has scored what? 23 points in the last 8 quarters?
Tommy Christensen has my low light here in the comments. The conservative play calling. Alex Mattison gets 34 touches this game, and Adam Thielen gets 3 targets. That makes 0 sense. I don't care about game script. I don't care about the pass rush pressure. I don't care about any of that stuff, Clint Kubiak. You have to be able to go into this game and see that the Lions have a weak secondary, see that that secondary is injured, and you have 2 of the best wide receivers in the NFL. So you design the game around them. The decision to conservatively just give Alex Mattison 25 carries when you're only up by 1 score just does not make sense to me. That's my low light. And that's an issue because we're going to see that in weeks. So, like, are the Vikings going to, like, is Mike Zimmer going to be happy after this game? That's my question.
He was. If you saw him on the sideline, he was bumping chest and holding up Cousins as they were all excited that they won.
We called this game like we were Alabama playing, I don't know, the Citadel or something, right? It was just like, we called it like we just wanted to go home. And I guess they get to go home happy because they won, but whatever.
Now,
nobody leaving that stadium's happy, so I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure there's enough Kool-Aid drinkers
march.
that are.
But the second we came out in that second half, it was a death march, and we had one great, that Eric Kendricks interception was great. Mason Crosby just missed a field goal in overtime. That's also great. But nothing about this win makes you think that they can beat anybody. We barely beat the Detroit Lions, the worst team in the NFL, at home on a last-second field goal. So, like, can we beat the Jacksonville Jaguars right now? I'm not sure. I'm just saying that.
I don't know. I mean, yes, we can beat the Jags, we can beat the Lions, but, like, we're not beating... Are we beating the Panthers next week? Like, that's what we got to worry about. We don't have to worry about the Jags or the Lions,
Are we beating the
Could they? Yes. The first few, games 2 and 3, the offense was humming. It hasn't hummed since. Defense is getting better. You have the secondary was doing a pretty good job today. They couldn't stop the run for a damn worth, diddly squat, and we supposedly fixed that. But could we? Yes. Will we?
I will say In the run game, I think Pierce being out and Watts being in there was hurting us, which, I mean, obviously Pierce is a strong run stopper. And we kind of, I mean, it was kind of weird that we decided to put Watts at nose tackle rather than, move Dalvin Tomlinson over at nose tackle and play Sheldon Richardson at 3-tech. I thought our substitution was actually better when we had James Lynch in the game than Armin Watts. So that's telling you how he's playing right now. The pass defense I thought was good, very solid. But it's the Lions. I mean, they don't have any wide receivers.
Right. They had one out
pass
injured.
Rush.
Yeah.
And the pass rush was there. So,
yep.
What's going to happen when we go over after a good offensive line? I don't know, man. This game was hard to watch all the way through. We knew it was going to be close. And every Vikings fan went into this game with a deep breath. And they showed us exactly who we thought they were, which is they're not a good football team.
They got bits and pieces that can be, but they can't put it together.
I mean,
Justin Jefferson. We got talk about Justin Jefferson. He was awesome.
Let's talk about Justin Jefferson. Everything,
let's do it.
Right? Everything you want from a star wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
He was our entire offense. I mean, we wanted Alex Mattison to be our entire offense, but Justin Jefferson was really our offense. Mattison got so many yards because he had,
that
the
48-yard
touches or whatever. But Jefferson was it.
Can anybody make it make sense why we leaned on Alex Mattison so much? Why would you run the ball that much in a tight game like that?
I think they were calling to get out of the game. I really feel the play calling really felt like they just wanted to go home. And they had to get out. They had to get out of whatever gear they were in on that final drive, and they did it barely by the skin of their teeth. But it feels awful.
What are we going to do now?
Hey, the kicker's good except for his missed 49-yarder.
Yeah, the kicker.
I'm fine with the kicker.
The punter.
I'll rock with Greg Joseph
Barry's
all
doing
day,
great.
every day, compared to Bashad Breeland or Dede Westbrook or Chris Herndon or Oli Udoh or Kirk Cousins and all those checkdowns. There is so much bad on this team. And I talked about it last Tuesday. The players aren't good. It's not just about the scheme. The players are not good, and they're not inspired.
No. And that second half, like you said, we killed ourselves with special teams, too. Dede Westbrook had a couple of bad decisions on punts. Just problematic. And then
the one kickoff return when the ball could have gone out of bounds.
Yep. That was what I was going to call out. Abdullah had 2 or 3 of those, actually. A couple were around the 5-ish. So it wasn't, it was if it bounces inbounds, we're in trouble. So I can kind of see it halfway, but just crazy.
Steven, you make me laugh. I'm just calling out one good player from the game. Barry was it.
Yeah, the punter was good.
He's been golden all season.
If y'all got questions in the comments, we will answer them. I see Mr. Jablonski asking about Adam Thielen. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you not design plays for Adam Thielen against a weak secondary? I don't know. I'll never understand this game.
Honestly, Thielen hasn't been great the past couple games. He was struggling to get open against the Browns. He kind of struggled in that game. So it may have been he was struggling downfield again this game, but we saw Justin Jefferson get open multiple times. So I'm kind of frustrated that we didn't try to go down the field more. I mean, we should have the way this team is built. It's supposed to run through our 2 receivers and Jefferson, right? That's the way the team.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry, the 2 receivers.
No,
and
that's
Cook.
not not the way this team is built, though.
Oh.
That's not how they use this team. Well, oh my god!
I mean,
wow.
Right? No, I agree. It's the way you build it. You would think that's what they should do, and then they don't.
Freddie Hall. I just saw that.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It hit the flag.
It hit the flag. They're gonna lose too. Packers are gonna keep on cruising.
I wish the flag counted as the pylon. I don't think I've ever seen a ball hit the flag before.
Yeah, I don't know, because it was literally the Vikings did not show up. We just hoped the Lions would be the Lions, and the Lions were the Lions.
They almost weren't, but yeah. Jesus. I think the Panthers are losing to the Eagles.
Yeah, I wish I had more things to say about this team. Like, would you rather have the Bengals kicker or the Vikings kicker right now? I can't say.
Oh, I'll take Joseph's been fine for the most part.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, the 2 missed field goals ended up. Well, I guess he won the game, so he atoned for his sins. But the 37-yard field goal, like, really, man, against the Cardinals. I mean, it's just like those 2 losses sting so much. Like, honestly, they make this win sting so much more. Because
no, I don't think they do. I gotta disagree with you, man. I think this loss stings more than those losses do.
Oh, this win, yeah.
Whatever I just watched, this confirms that we are not a good team. And we left the Bengals game. We were like, okay, that was week 1. We left the Cardinals game. They were like, okay, at least the offense can score. But this game confirms that we have a lot of work to do. And I'm not sure how we get it done. So, like, if you ask me what the Vikings record is going to be over the next 4 games after this one, like 0-4 is in the cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. Like, and it's like, on offense, we can't get ahead of the chains ever. Like, how many 2nd and 10, 2nd and 15 situations do you see us in? It's all the time. It's ridiculous. And we punt on those almost the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, what would it take to turn this around, Matt? If you're looking for like a player or a coaching decision or a direction, like, are you firing people on Monday? What are you doing?
I don't think firing people in the middle of the season really solves anything, to be honest with you. The difference might be you get more aggressive play calling and more, like, aggressiveness is definitely part of it, right? The offense needs to have less of these 2nd and 15 runs, because it really does seem like we get in 2nd and long situations and we want to try to get it back to the 3rd and manageable, right? And then we don't do that. Like, we have not been successful this whole season trying to get significant yardage on 2nd down by throwing a screen or getting into the back or something like that. Just run a 5-step drop back concept. Heck, run play action. You know what I mean? We run the ball so much. Like, play action, throwing the ball is a tendency breaker at this point in those situations.
Oh my God, Zimmer's now on the. Sorry to talk there over you, Matt, but people are saying that Zimmer's saying it was a good win today.
Good win, yeah. We picked it back up. We got we
could have played better.
I mean,
I want to say, Daniel, I love Greg Joseph. I am a Greg Joseph fan. I want to make that clear. Like I said, he's one of my favorite Vikings right now. That's not saying much, but he
does his job Vikings most of the time. Like, that's good. And I mean, like, I kind of ragged on him for kicking the field goal short, but it's a 49-yard field goal. Like, kickers miss those every so often.
They don't miss them
so
short.
Whether it's to the left or to the right. I know.
Well,
but he made 2 50-plus yarders. Like, I don't know, man. Like, he's clearly got the leg. Just something was off, you know?
Yeah, I think.
Did he kick it too high?
Yeah. Maybe it was one of those where
the trajectory was a little bit off.
Aim it in a bit too much, you know.
I don't think we need to
critique
the kicker. I would rather critique just like Alex Mattison. He was good. He made us feel like Dalvin Cook wasn't maybe necessary, but at the same time, every time he touches the ball is a time that Justin Jefferson or Adam Thielen or even KJ Osborne. How many targets did KJ Osborne have this game?
2 or 3, and they were all on 3rd down and forever or whatever.
And there was the one that the Clint.
The pick,
the pick because he wasn't looking and hit him in his home.
No, he wasn't looking for it. But, like, that's another thing we need to fix is our play action rollout game. And this is something that you've kind of seen across the league. But because teams are, you know, you got a lot of teams running this stuff. and they're just kind of keying on it. But like, we need to do some change ups there because they're nailing every single one. We don't even have the flat route anymore. Usually that little slide route, they call it, is a gimme where you just throw it to whoever, the tight end or somebody in the flat for like a couple yards and they run after the catch. And they're covering that and the intermediate route and the deep route, and they're getting a guy on Kirk. Like, it's literally there are no options on those plays. You need to do
and a lot of those plays come out of heavy formations with two tight ends, and I just don't think you can do that with the personnel we have on the field. Like Ben Ellefson is not. Why would you put him on the field instead of KJ? Why would you put him on the field instead
for
of
blocking
DJ Westbrook just to run a play action rollout that isn't working? And then we have like 3rd and 7, and we're doing a direct snap to Alex Mattison. It drives me nuts.
That was so frustrating. Like, first of all, we're playing the Lions. Why do we need to get like cute, right? And try to outsmart them or whatever. Just line up and beat them.
Line up and beat them. And I thought at the beginning when Kirk threw that nice 38-yarder to Jefferson, my saying for years now is if he has that first long ball and it's good, he's going to have a great game. Well, he turned it down, dialed it back.
No, we dialed it back as a team.
It's in the comments. Should have been a given. Direct snap call was awful. Kubiak, question mark.
I think Clint's been okay. Like, these last 2 games, against the Browns, I thought he was fine. It was just we got out-executed the entire time on the offensive line in that game.
So we're going against a good defense next week. So what are you looking for, Matt? What are you looking for between this game and next game?
So I really think you need to open it up more in the passing game, because what happened in this game is and this is what's shut us down against the Bengals and the Browns, is the opposing team crowding the line of scrimmage, us trying to go heavy personnel. And when the opposing team crowds the line of scrimmage like that, you get a lot of single blocks on the offensive line. Like, outside zone, you want to have double teams where you're having linebackers climb up to the second level. And when they crowd the line of scrimmage like that, you get single blocks. And when one guy loses his block, the play gets killed, right? Mm-hmm. So we need to do something to exploit the opponents when we get into condensed personnel. We need to do something, whether it's, even just doing straight drop back off of that and sending guys out into routes, make the linebackers play back instead of forward. Don't let them come down towards the line of scrimmage, or even just go into 11 and play like a shotgun passing offense. Like, try to get people out of the box, because right now they're crowding the box and we're running right into it.
So the heavy personnel formations just are not working this year.
Yeah. I mean, part of it is, in those situations, you can take deep shots. And in this game, we were successful on deep shots. That was the key to our offense early in the game. We just didn't keep it up in the second half. And, it's hard to tell from the broadcast angle whether that's coverage or what it is, the reason they're not throwing the ball deep. But I really don't think it was necessarily coverage in this game. I think they just tried to run the clock out, right? They were, the whole second half, I think they were just trying to keep the clock winding. And you can't play like that in the NFL. Like, Dave, you really can't.
Yeah. Dave, why do you think this team plays just so scared?
I have no idea. It's the biggest frustration I have with this group. Zimmer, how he runs his games.
Dave's ready for a clean slate. Look at him.
It's everybody. Just fire them all. It's insane. Like I said, in games 2 and 3, we saw Clint being a little bit more explorative, right? A little bit different. And it seems to have been dialed back these last 2 games. And it's like, okay, some of that stuff didn't work. So you take that part. You got your playbook, a notebook, right? And you go, hey, this play didn't work. Out it goes. Let's go to this other play. Hey, this play did work. Let's use it again next week. Type shit. They don't seem to do that.
I think they saw that Seattle win, and Mattison had a great game,
Mhm.
and they didn't have to throw that ball that much, and the defense, played relatively well, and they felt really good after that game. Then they went into the Cleveland game, and nothing worked at all. So they tried to go back to the Seattle game. And you know what? I haven't watched the film. I can't tell you the play calls. I haven't watched all 22, but that's what it feels like to me, is that they just tried to repeat the Seattle game, and they got a worse effort from their players, which is why, again, my highlight is like, at least we got Christian Darrisaw in there, because this coaching staff, they don't have the answers.
Yeah, but Darrisaw didn't play the whole
quick.
time. They were just getting
I know.
a few snaps here and a few snaps there. And
that's all I care about.
I shot Luke Braun a message. Darrisaw came in, Darrisaw came out. Hill came in. Hill winds up on his butt again.
Oh my God, that sack was so bad, bro.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I have nothing more to say. There's nothing to talk about until this team plays a game worth watching. Just
thanks, Freddie. Thanks, Mary. They switched to the Packers game after.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. The Bengals have bungled this game very badly. Mason Crosby has missed 3 field goals, but of course he makes this one to give the Packers a 25-22 win in overtime in Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we would have had that chance if Dalvin Cook hadn't fumbled, but
possibly.
That's this game was total shades of that game. I mean, in terms of the end of the game with Mattison fumbling and them getting the ball back,
we deserved that. We deserved that. We deserved, because we were so passive the entire game that I don't understand why, of all 2 teams, the Lions have lost hundreds of games on last second plays. The Vikings have lost hundreds of games on last second plays. So why would you plan and coach a game to come down to the last minute? Why would you put yourself in a situation where your fans have seen you lose before? Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Why would you be oh, you know what? I'm okay with this game coming down to the last possession. I never want a Vikings coach to ever do that. If a Vikings coach really understood his fan base, he would never put us through that again. And Mike Zimmer put us through it today for the 80th fucking time. And I'm so sick of it.
You and a lot of other fans. With that, any final words, Matt?
I don't know. It just sucks. There were some things that I liked in this game, and then the last 5 minutes of the game ruined everything. I was here kind of trying to say some positive things about the defense, say some positive things about Justin Jefferson, and then they just blew it. And then they won. They still won, by the way. This is after a win, but it's indicative of just what this team is right now. You can't... Nothing's easy. And they make everything way too hard for themselves.
Flip?
I want to cheer for a team that tries to win the first half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
I want to cheer for a team that tries to run up the score.
Yeah, you do that by you win the first half, and then you get into the halftime, and you know what's working and you know what's not working. That's not how the Vikings play. They try to manage the first half and then figure out how to win the game at the end. No, I want a team that is trying to win the first half. So let's see if they do that against Carolina.
Yep.
I'm going to take passive, probably for a show title later this week. I want everybody to join us. We're on our normal schedule.
More energy cleaning my bathroom.
Tomorrow we have CTP Mondays. Turn in your Monday purple. Tuesday we have In the Huddle. Wednesday we have Vikings Happy Hour. Thursday We have the great Flip Mozzie and Eric Thompson from Daily Norseman for Viking Hot Takes. And we start all over again next weekend. And with that, what do we say?
Skull Vikes.
Skull Vikes. Go enjoy everybody else's post-game show. Thanks for joining ours first, baby.
Take it easy, y'all. Be lucky.
Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And if you're listening on your favorite aggregator, make sure you rate us. And always feel free to join the conversation here at Climbing the Pocket. Skål, everybody.